Myself, Manisha Upadhaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Mangalayatan University. Today, we are talking about television and comparison with other media. There is an obvious difference. We all know how newspaper consist of words, making our brain make out the visual details by imagination. Whereas television presents with the audio and visual details. Television allows us to have visual proof of the incident, which can be more trustworthy, whereas newspaper isn't always be as proving. Television needs us to sit in front of it, so to see all the details at a straight run, whereas newspaper allow us to process the information at our own pace. Television doesn't give us much of a choice. We have to whatever is available at the current moment. Whereas newspaper allow us that freedom of choice of reading the news of our interest. Television can provide us with even live stream of the news and information around the world, but newspaper is always late in comparison. We have no choice but to wait for the news during the advertisement in the television, while it is not the case in the newspaper. Newspaper allows with a variety of useful words to be used in professional life and also helps us in improving our language with respect to the medium of newspaper. While television doesn't always teach us the same. Television is easier when it comes from processing information, while newspaper helps us exercise our imaginative abilities. These are the differences, pros and cons of television and newspaper, and have their own categories of users. Amongst all the mass media today, television attracts the largest number of viewers. Its audience is greater in size than any of the other media audiences. This is because television is able to attract the audiences of all age groups, literate and illiterate, and of all the strata of the society. In India, from the beginning, 1989, television has been used more for education and information purposes than for entertainment. It has performed different functions as compared to the television in West. Even today, though commercials have entered Indian television in a big way, its basic purpose has not changed. It continues to perform its function of national integration and development. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, while inaugurating India's television service on September 15, 1959, hoped that television would go a long way in broadening the popular outlook in line with the scientific thinking. There is no doubt about the fact that the technology has given us a major tool in television. It is a very powerful, persuasive mass communication medium. How and why we make use of this tool will determine the effectiveness of this tool to enhance the development process. In India, until now, television is government owned medium. Therefore, it has to further the cause of development and spread the message of people's participation in development programs launched by the government. The Indian model of television programs is unique as it is expected to pass on the culture from one generation to another and persuasion. Doordarshan, India's national network, has 46 major kendras stations with studios, production facilities, and regular programs originating from the stations and 900 to 21 transmitters. Today, Doordarshan is competing with all cable TV networks in meeting the entertainment needs of the people. Television in India through its programs, presents a composite national picture and perspective of India's rich cultural heritage and diverse thinking. They represent various religions and cultural expressions and activities of people belonging to different parts of India. Thus, it reflects the Indian society. Television has been able to influence the people living in remote areas of our country as its outreach has covered the remotest village and tribal pockets. It is um, ushering information explosion, the growth in television both in technology and reach in the last 3 decades has been phenomenal. It was basically conceived as a mass medium and a mass educator for its large population scattered in remote and culturally diverse areas. It is supposed to disseminate the message of development and modernization to create awareness for generating public participation. It is expected to support government plans and programs for bringing about social and economic change and to protect national security as well as advance the cause of national integration. Television, being an audiovisual medium, brings us into contact with events in an exciting and clarifying way. For example, a live telecast of a national event such as celebrating of Golden Jubilee year of independence or launching a satellite offers meaning to the events that no amount of reading or still pictures or even films could match. However, this incomparable quality of reality and immediacy is not found in all television programs, especially those programs which are prepared especially for education purpose. Television is considered as a mirror of a nation's personality. It can recall the past, dwell upon the present, and peep into the future of a society. This role of television is all the more relevant to a country like India having continental dimensions and innumerable diversities. It has the capacity to reach simultaneously millions and millions of our people, since it can transmit not only words but pictures as well. The significance of television as a medium of mass communication has universally been realized and recognized. In a country like India, where population and illiteracy are the burning problems, electronic media provides tremendous reach for disseminating audiovisual information even in remote areas. India has diverse cultures, religions, and traditions. Therefore, medium like television can play a very important role in developing common understanding among the people and bringing them closer. It opens up the prospects of educating villagers in the remotest areas in the affairs of the nation and associating them in the task of development, along with creating wider vision of the world. Television provides masses a common experience at the same time. In a verifying degree, a telecast can use combination of various audiovisual materials and methods such as objects, models, discussion, demonstrations, plays, exhibits, chalkboard, and so on. This helps in clarifying the message to audience, verifying in their comprehension level. Thus, it makes mass communication more effective and appeals to the groups of varied nature. Television, like radio, is also primarily a one way channel of communication. There have been developments in television medium so as to make two-way communication possible. But in India, this technique is used occasionally only. For example, at the time of elections, we are able to watch communicator and receiver communicating on TV from a distance. Normally, the communicator on a television screen cannot enjoy the report with his audience, which makes difference between a one-side performance and a true interaction of communicator and receiver. Like film television also stimulate and reinforce ideas, beliefs, and tendencies already possessed by the viewer. For example, television repeats and thereby reinforce the message on family planning and importance of girls' education, marriage age, environment protection, energy conversation, etc. Thus, it serves persuasive function. Television has more flexibility and mobility in its coverage. Did you audio visual presentation? This is the screen. This is the reason why it comes become a family medium. Family members receive messages in their own environment. It can show what happened and how it happened. It can show landing of a man on Mars, functioning of heart or division of cell through animation. Above all, it can provide entertainment also. Thus, a television as a mass medium informs, educates, inspires, and motivates. As far as educational message to the masses are concerned, television can be the most powerful educational medium because it combines speaking, writing, and showing. You not only talk to the masses at one time, but you show them what you mean. Thus, TV presents mass demonstration of thousands of viewers at the same time, discussing the importance of television as mass media. um, Television in India has acquired today newer dimensions, greater popularity, and a much wider reach. The moving images of television fascinate people, demand attention, and eventually influence their thoughts and behavior. The small screen has indeed turned out to be a large enough to compare us. Within itself, India's tremendous cultural diversity over a rather broad social spectrum. Television has become part of our popular culture, part of our life itself. So it is about the comparison television with other media. Now, it is sufficient in this lecture. So goodbye.